We'll wait till we get a few people in here. Got about 8 minutes. 8 minutes till we're gonna get rolling on this giveaway. What's up, Thomas? Getting ready to do 2 giveaways tonight. We're going to be giving away a CPF Lures prize pack. I'll show you guys what we're going to be giving away here. Laid out on the boat. So the first giveaway we're going to do, beautiful CPF Lures prize pack. We're going to call this the Captain Erik Tilson Select. If you win, if your name is randomly drawn in the first wheel spin we're going to do, you're going to get the CPF Lures pack. You're going to get a 320-yard spool of 45-pound braid, a pack of Dirty Albright 5.5 Stickler Pros, probably my number one favorite bait for right now, pack of Dirty Albright P&P Reapers, a pack of Florida Bluetail Pippinators. Those are black and blue flake with a bluetail Pippinators. Killer spawn bait. You're going to get the regular black and blue flake Pippinator. And of course, you're going to get the June Bug Bluetail Pippinators. So that'll be, if you win the first drawing. All right. So the deal of it is, we got about 5 minutes. So had a ton of guesses. Had over 100 guesses on the Facebook post, and had, I think, 20 guesses on the Instagram post. I had put up 2 pictures of the 2 biggest bass that we caught on artificial lures last year in 2025. I also have pictures of both of those fish on a scale, so I know for sure how much both of those fish weigh. The contest was guess the weight in pounds and ounces of the biggest one, and the original post said that all names who guessed within 1 ounce of the correct weight of the biggest bass in pounds and ounces on the correct post, their name would be entered into the random name selector. So I've already sat down at the desk where we're going to go here in a little bit and went through, double checked every guess on Instagram and Facebook, wrote everything down. The deal of it was there was only like 2 or 3 guesses for the guide trip giveaway that were within range. So I'm going to broaden the giveaway a little bit. And what I've decided to do is I have decided that I'm going to go 1/4 pound plus or minus, 4 ounces either side of the correct weight. So here in a little bit, I'll put on the green screen here the picture of the biggest bass on a scale and what it weighed. Every guess that was 4 ounces shy or 4 ounces heavy of the actual weight of that fish got counted. So now I've got a really good list of names that are going to get put into the random name selector. Figure it's a little more fair that way. That way a lot more people have an opportunity to get put in this giveaway. But I also decided to do a secondary giveaway, and that's the CPF Lures prize pack you guys just saw. And what that was, same thing, that other fish that was in that post, all guesses that were within 4 ounces, 4 ounces shy or 4 ounces heavy, right? So, and I'll put the picture of that one up on the scale as well. All the guesses that were within that range were counted. I've got a second list. They're already on a name selector. I've got it in there running on the computer right now. So here in about 3 minutes, I'm going to go in there. We're going to do the CPF Lures prize pack giveaway first, and we're going to do the trip giveaway second. I'll click spin the wheel, and yeah, it's pretty exciting. You know, I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to win a free 8-hour guide trip just from leaving a comment with a weight. But I figure we'll get the year started off really cool. Last year was really good. We caught a lot of big bass last year. And so big bass vibes going into this year. Hoping for some more bigs this year. Hope everybody that follows me and kind of stays along with all this, I hope everyone catches their new PB this year. It's going to be a good year. Where's everybody fishing this weekend? I can tell you, I'll be on Toho. I'll be on Lake Toho every day for a while now. It's kind of the reason why we're doing this on a Thursday night and not tomorrow night. It's because I don't know that I'll be getting home in time tomorrow night to do this. So we're going to do this giveaway live tonight. 7:59. We're going to head inside. We're going to bring the dog inside. Come on. We're going to head to the computer. We're going to go do us a spin the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. And we're going to give away some cool stuff. So, like I said, guys, I've got 2 separate wheels going, ready to generate some names. I've already, man, look at those things. Those are some studs right there. That was a good day. That kid caught those giant bass right there 10 minutes apart from one another. This post right here, and I selected all comments, and I went through every single one of them. There was a ton of good guesses. And I'll tell you, man, I'm surprised just how good some of you guys are at judging the weight of a fish just from a picture. But I went through all these and the ones on Instagram, and I checked every single one of them. Now, like I said, the deal of it was, the original post said if you guessed within 1 ounce. So I went ahead and changed that. 1 ounce only got would have had 3 people in the running. And so I wanted to make it a little bit more of a level playing field. So I'm going 1/4 pound within range. Wound up with a whole lot of guesses that were good. Got them all checked. I've got them all in the giveaway wheel here. Like I said, we're going to start with the CPF Lures prize pack giveaway. It's going to be giveaway number 1 we're going to do. So I'm going to put up on the green screen the picture of that one. There she is. My boy Rob with the 10-pound, 7-ounce stud that we caught on Lake Kissimmee last year in, I think it was February. But yeah, big fish, big gut, full of eggs. But so oddly enough, she was a little bit smaller than the other one. And when some of you guys see the picture of the other one, you're going to be like, man, the other one that Rob caught looked bigger. So the one that Rob caught that looked bigger was an old fish. You guys ever catch like a giant bass that's like just really, really old, kind of beat up and skinny? This fish, although she was full of eggs, she was kind of, I don't know, she was a big fish, but she was just starting to like lean out and like lose muscle mass. It was kind of weird. But that being said, we're going to spin the wheel here, wheel number 1. And this is going to be for that CPF Lures prize pack. Got a lot of people in the running. So let's go. Oh, what? Tyson Giles. So, I'm going to write that down. Tyson Giles. Tyson Giles has won the CPF Lures prize pack. All right. And so Tyson Giles, his guess, Tyson Giles' guess was on Facebook. So Tyson Giles, if you're watching this, reach out to me, or I can reach out to you via Facebook, get you that CPF Lures prize pack coming your way. We had some really good guesses. Jay, I see you guessed the 10-7. There were a couple of guesses that nailed the 10-7. It's pretty cool. And then the next one, we're about to do the guide trip giveaway. I think there was one guy absolutely nailed the weight of the biggest bass that we caught in 2025 on artificials. And then there was one guess that was 1 ounce away. So, but like I said, to make it a little bit more of a fair playing field, we went a little bit broader, right? So, wound up with a decent list of names by going to a little bit broader spectrum here. Going to make things a little more fair. We're going to spin this wheel and give away a free guide trip. Let's go. Oh, it's going to be Cullen Bullard is going to be the winner of the free guide trip. If you're watching this right now, reach out to me. That guess also came via Facebook. A lot of good guesses. I'm going to put up on the screen the weight. There she is. 11.00. That fish was a freaking monster. So I forget how long that fish was, but dude is not long arming that fish on the scale. And that fish was like the freaking length of his leg. That fish was a giant, and picture doesn't really do it justice, but that fish's eyeballs were like the size of golf balls. Huge, huge, huge fish. 11-pound monster. Biggest bass that was caught on my boat on artificial lure in 2025. Dude caught it on a flipping stick. We were flipping isolated pads and grass on Philadelphia Point on Lake Kissimmee. And I think this was in March. Big 11.00. We had some really good guesses on that. Forget who it was. There was a dude that guessed it. There were two guesses. One guy guessed it on Facebook, 11 pounds, 0 ounces. And there was another dude that guessed it on Facebook at 11 pounds and 1 ounce. But Cullen Bullard has won the free guide trip, guys. Congratulations. Pretty cool. I'll be reaching out to Cullen, getting him squared away on a free guide trip. Over 100 comments on the Facebook post. Some really good comments. Yeah. So that is it, guys. Free CPF Lures prize pack. Free guide trip. Feel like it doesn't get a whole lot more fair than that. Hope everybody catches an absolute giant this weekend. We've had some warm weather. We got a front coming through on Sunday. I think there's going to be some really big fish pull up for maybe a little bit of an early spawn this weekend. Hopefully you guys are getting out there and capitalizing on that. I know I will be on Toho and Kissimmee a lot over the next several weeks in search of giant bass. Thinking fishing might be good tomorrow. Dude, I think fishing is about to go off the scales over the next several weeks. The little front that we have coming through on Sunday is not very strong. We're not going to get a lot of crazy weather off of it. However, it is going to drop into the upper 40s Sunday night. That will drop your water temperatures. So, that's going to hold back a lot of spawners. But places like the Winter Haven chain, Harris chain, and some shallow residential fish on Toho and Kissimmee and Cypress, there are already fish spawning. So, you think they're not spawning? They are. And anytime we get a little bit of a warm up this time of year followed by a front that comes through, there are fish that will move up and get it done. So, be on the lookout for giants this weekend. And after it warms up, after this next front goes through, really be on the lookout for some giant bass. Guys are coming to the hill. They're ready to lay eggs. Spawn is on around Central Florida. So yes, Nathan, to answer your question, I think fishing might be good tomorrow. Do we have anybody else in here that guessed a guess on the giveaway? Let's see here. What up? Just picked up 2 packs. Need that. Love fish. Stay blessed. Tennessee vet. Love Tennessee. Love the veterans. Tennessee River. Somebody's got to fish Gentry this weekend. Ugh. I don't know that I've ever even been on Gentry. I don't know that I've ever heard great things about it either. I'm ready to get back out there on Toho and get back after some bigs. And said, heck yeah, brother, miss working with you. Glad to see you're doing great. Miss working with you. Nathan, did we work together? You have to remind me. Don't remember. Great fishing on Gentry. That's good. That's good. I'd be, especially if there's any canals on Gentry, I'd be combing the canals on Gentry. See if we got any cool fish catches. Share with you guys the last couple of days. Oh, here's a cool one. Guys, check out this fog. This was the marina the other morning. You want to talk about foggy. Good Lord, man. It is crazy foggy out there in the mornings right now. You guys be careful out there on the water right now. It gets foggy. It's a nice one. Little speed worm fish for you guys. Speed worm. If you guys aren't throwing a big speed worm on Toho right now, you are missing out. Pretty cool. Little prize pack giveaway. Yep, I used to fuse pipe for you at New Wales. Man. Definitely don't remember that. But man, that was a long time ago, and going on 5 years ago now. I miss being out there, but I'm glad that I'm not out there anymore, if that makes sense. Going to the Harris chain tomorrow, and yes, I did make a guess, but I was not close to the weight. There will be more of these. There will be more of these. Greetings. Hope to go fishing at Toho this coming week. I usually fish the southern part. Any recommendations? My recommendation to you would be to watch the most recent video that I just posted on my YouTube channel. If you guys did not catch the most recent video, Lake Toho survival, pretty much focused on the south end the whole time. It was pretty good. I left 2 years ago, got on Mosaic. Good for you. Good for you. I miss my guys. Sometimes miss the work, but ultimately, you know, working for the company that I worked for, I don't know that that's a long-term thing. I don't think anybody should try to make a long-term career out of that. But glad to hear you left, got on Mosaic. Hope everything is going really well. Should do a guess on the mounted fish. Guess which one you guys think is the biggest one right here. And I'll give away... We're going to do another giveaway right now, guys. You guys guess which one of these bass is the biggest one, and I'm going to give away a free weighted bobber. That's right. You guys want this free weighted bobber. Guys, guess which one of these is the biggest. You can have a bobber. Whew, a lot of comments about crappie fishing. Let's see what we got here. Yep, love fin and feather pits and great fishing. Yep, fin and feather pits are good sometimes, and they are sometimes pretty tough. Can you talk about crappie fishing? Crappie fishing, crappie fishing, crappie fish, crappie fishing. The one on the right. Let's talk about crappie fishing. Let's talk about hair jigs. I'm a big hair jig guy. And there's a lot of really good custom handmade crappie hair jigs out there right now. But man, tell you guys what, right out of the pack, these little VMC guys, dude, these things are freaking great. Look at the tie on that skirt. These are awesome little jigs. They get munched. VMC Pro Series, bucktail jigs. Really good crappie jigs. To be a really good crappie fisherman, all you need is some light line, a spinning rod, a hair jig, and a live scope. And you can go be the best crappie fisherman in the world. My other favorite thing for crappie, guys, is the Ben Parker Mag Spoon. If you guys aren't throwing the Ben Parker Shattered Glass Mag Spoon for crappie, you guys are missing out. This is the best crappie lure you'll ever throw right here, boys. And then if that's not catching the crappie for you guys, the custom autographed 10XD. Autographed 10XD will absolutely catch the biggest crappie in the lake, guys. 4 ounces of crappie killer right here. Man, crappie are fun. We call them specks here in Florida. But dude, it is big bass season. I just about don't have any interest in crappie fishing this time of year. It is the time of year for the next several months to go catch big bass. We're not worried about crappie. The pike killer. I'm getting a BFS combo. Nice. I do not have any bait finesse system combos, but they are pretty cool. Seen some BFS reels, pretty wild how shallow the spool is so that you can adequately throw super light line on a bait caster. I think that's pretty cool. I want to go catch sheep's head on a BFS. Anybody ever use a BFS to go catch sheep's head? Dude, sheep's head are a beast. They are an absolute beast. Guys, what are we going to make the next YouTube video on? I like making the Toho videos, but man, you start to run out of start to run out of things to show you guys after a while. punch mats, we've thrown a speed worm, we've thrown a trick worm in offshore grass, we've thrown a jerk bait. What else? What else is there? What else do we need to do, guys? There's got to be something else to do on Toho that you guys don't know about. What else do you guys need? You guys need a knot tying tutorial video. Start showing you guys how to tie knots. Or better yet, what if we do, you guys ever seen one of these tools right here? You guys know what this is? Once we start getting towards the end of the spawn, I'm going to show you guys how to modify your frogs to make your frog a little bit better. We're not worried about that right now. It is Cinco casting season. It's also flipping season. 1 ounce trap. Dude, if you're talking about crappie fishing, dude, 1 ounce trap is killer for crappie. Absolutely killer. So is this thing right here. Most of you guys are going to be too young to remember this guy. Any of you guys know what this is? You boys don't know about this. An old salad spoon. The old black and gold salad spoon. You guys don't know about that. The old salad spoon, that's right. Man, I got another one you guys don't know about that I'm about to completely restore. Still pretty sound, but needs to be restored. My son is Tyson Giles. He is pumped about the CPF Lures prize pack. We will be on Toho starting Friday for the high school Bassmaster. Get with me. Get with me. I will make sure that I link up with you guys and get you guys that prize pack so that I don't have to stick it in the mail. I'll put it in a box. I'll have it in the boat. You guys get with me. Reach out to me, Facebook Messenger or Instagram. Do I have any old timers in here old enough to remember the old man's undulator spinner baits? Dude, this was a spinner bait with a blade that would like swim through the water like a fish. That's the old man's undulator spinnerbait. These things were absolute killers. And like all other great things from Man's, they just stopped making it out of nowhere. This one, I'm going to refinish. I'm going to clean up the blade. I'm going to refinish the blade. It's still in good enough shape. But I'm going to clean up the blade, refinish it, clean up the arm. I'm going to repaint the head. I'm going to clean up the hook, put another skirt on this thing. The old Man's undulator spinnerbait will be back in the game. Fishing it. What's going on, Scott? My boy Scott in the house. 7.5 Cinco 6 Dominator rod is awesome for flipping. Dude, I'm glad it's working for you. You should try flipping the Spider. Scott, if you're not flipping the soft plastic Spider during the spawn, you got to flip a spider on the beds, guys. Seriously. If you're not flipping a spider, the soft plastic tarantula on a bass bed, you guys are missing out. You can get these from, I think, Gancraft from Japan. The big spider. Camilo, what's up, buddy? Another North, Middle, and South video series. Dude, I need to do that. That was a good one. That was 3 separate days of fishing and filming, and I broke down the north end, the middle section of the lake, and the south end. You know, since they have started with all the hydrilla management on Toho, a lot of things have changed since those videos. Back when I made that series, the north end was completely choked out. There was a lot of hydrilla in the main lake, you know, the midsection. Most of it was unfishable at that point, and the south end was completely choked out as well. A lot has changed since then. A lot of open water now. Nathan wants to know, do I think a tracker is a good starter boat? Absolutely. When I got back into bass fishing, so I took kind of a long hiatus from bass fishing. You know, things were going pretty well for me as a young man with bass fishing. Parents split up. I had to move out, got a job, had to work, pay the bills, you know, do the life thing. And a few years later, once I got back into it, a 1997 Tracker Pro Team 175 with a Force by Mercury 40 horse on the back of that Zoker was what I started back with. And I'm going to tell you what, man, I caught a ton of fish out of that tracker. I caught a ton of big fish out of that tracker, won a lot of tournaments out of that tracker. So yes, Bass Tracker is absolutely a great starter boat. Harris Chain Series, like Toho Vids though. Dude. Any more of the Harris Chains just about got my number, dude. That place. Whew. I don't know what's going on with the Harris Chain, but anymore, whenever I go up there to the Harris Chain, I feel like it's about as bad as the St. Johns River. It's like, you might catch them, but you're probably going to be in for a pretty crap day. You go into Dora and fish offshore eelgrass and catch a few dinks. You know, but it seems like Harris and Little Harris and Useless. I don't even go to Griffin anymore. God, I mean, I don't think they're ever going to get. I don't think they're ever going to get the locks in between Eustis and Griffin ever finished. Lake Okeechobee video in the future, probably not. I don't go down there. Long drive. You know, they still catch some nice fish down there, but I don't think it's what it used to be. Live up in North Jackson, the St. John's is brutal. Dude, the St. John's, man, I don't know. I used to love going up there, but golly, that place anymore, you get like 18 to 20, 21 pounds anymore and you did something. It's kind of sad. But a lot of times those guys that are catching tournament winning bags are having to make some ridiculous runs to go get those bags too. I heard some stories today about people winning tournaments out of Palatka having to run all the way down to Astor and south to get 20 pounds. That's insane, dude. A win is a win, I guess, but like you're fishing some small tournaments, man, and you're having to run from Palatka down to Astor just to catch 20 pounds to hopefully try to win a tournament. Whew, man. That's rough. Tyson Giles. So excited for Lake Toho next weekend. I absolutely love flipping and grass fishing more than any other bite. Hopefully won't even have to turn on the scope. Dude, that's what I want to hear and see out of more people. Lake Toho is excellent not live scope lake. It really is. And there are so many people that they don't fish the old school ways anymore. Man, I spend all day on the shoreline in the grass and the reeds and the pads, and I've got it to myself. Everybody is so worried about being offshore on a patch of hydrilla with 100 other boats, man. They can have it. Got a club tournament on Toho in February, and I'm excited for that. It'll probably be really good. If I had to guess, it'll be really good. Spawn should be on. You know, pending weather, it all has to do with water temperature, right? I mean, February is one of those months. You know, you can get some pretty strong cold fronts and knock that water temperature back down, but spawn should be on. They've been killing the Harris chain with all the spraying going on. Still plenty of eelgrass and peppergrass, but the hydrilla is pretty much toast. That's what they're doing everywhere. They've been killing everything everywhere. You know, it was wild. I had to take the Phoenix to R&F Marine this morning for a 300-hour service on the Mercury. We've got 1,500 hours on that beast. And I feel like I need to say I've got 1,500 problem-free hours. 0 issues. None. Original lower unit, original everything, 1,500 hours of flawless performance on that Mercury Pro XS V8 200. But anyway, so I dropped the boat off at R&F Marine this morning, run right up the road to my favorite place to get breakfast over there. It's right on Lake Fairview. And Lake Fairview is kind of a small lake over there in Orlando. And, you know, I've only ever been on it once. Man, it didn't have a whole lot of, and dude, Applied Aquatics was out there in the airboat spraying. Like 7 o'clock this morning, I'm sitting there eating my breakfast, looking out at the lake, and here comes a freaking Applied Aquatics airboat out there getting ready to start spraying. And I'm like, dude, like, what? When is enough going to be enough? What do we have to do to stop this crap? Like, they are literally killing everything around here. Like, it seems like the only 2 things happening in the state of Florida now, overdevelopment of everything in sight. I'm talking orange groves, woodlands, wetlands, wildlife areas, you name it. Like, if it doesn't have a house on it or a commercial building complex on it, it's being leveled and developed. If it is a body of water, it is being absolutely sprayed to death. I don't know, like, I don't know what the deal is anymore. It is crazy. Oh, my wife is in here. I like to take the low and drag a worm. I'll bet you do. Stay out of my low boat. What color speed worm do you like? The Dirty Albright by CPF Lures. Man. So CPF Lures has the thumper worms. And if you're throwing a big speed worm in heavy cover, it is probably the best. Chuck designed the thumper and the Thumper Pro to where you can't really fling the tail off of the worm. It doesn't really come off. And so it goes through heavy cover really well. Takes a lot of damage. It's a super strong worm. My favorite color for fishing shallow grass, Toho, Kissimmee, Cypress, Hatch-and-Haw, is always going to be Junebug Red. Hello from Maine, 4/1/26. Season opens back up here for brook trout and landlocked salmon. Woo! I live in a town of 1,100 year-round residents up here in the woods. Must be nice. I live in Central Florida where probably in the next 10 years they're going to develop my front yard. Yeah, we got to do some more Toho videos. Probably going to have to do another mid-lake and south lake video for Toho. I'm also going to have some Kissimmee stuff coming up, but I don't know. I try not to post too much stuff about Kissimmee. I like Toho, but you know, Kissimmee's kind of tough, but there's a lot of big fish coming from down there, so I can't show you guys too much stuff about Lake Kissimmee. Native brook trout, 22 plus inches, over 5 pounds here. Nice. I don't really know a whole lot about trout or salmon, so, but I'm going to assume that's a good one. Seem pretty fired up about the native brook trout. And I get fired up about fish. So if you're fired up about 22 plus inch native brook trout, then I'm fired up about it. And I'm gonna tell you what, though, with the spawn going on, if you guys haven't got your hands on the new June bug blue tail, look how much blue is in that June bug blue tail tippinator. If you're blind casting to spawning fish right now, that thing's killer. Rach Tilson said, did I miss the giveaway? You missed the giveaway by about 38 minutes. We had 2 winners. One of them is on here. Tyson Giles won the CPF Lures prize pack. And I'll have to go in there and check my paper for who won the guide trip. But yeah, we got some winners. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. But speaking of dinner, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I need to eat and get ready to wake up super early in the morning. We're back on Toho tomorrow. 8-hour full day artificial trip. And yeah, it keeps going from there, guys. About to be a long couple of weeks. So try to get content posted when I can. Usually post pictures on here, Facebook and Instagram, kind of keep you guys updated. Until then, guys, and until the next live, catch you guys later.